neighbor has a hidden intention about you. Open this. My dear child, if you believe in angels, start this video and watch it completely. Angel says Archangel Michael is crying out because you have ignored too many whispers, too many signs, and now he has been sent directly with this urgent message for you. Do not take it lightly. Do not close your eyes to it, for this is not a message that comes from chance, but a divine revelation prepared for you. Archangel Michael says, don't skip this. Don't ignore this, because this time it concerns the very place where you live, the walls that surround you, and the person who passes by you every day with a smile, yet inside carries something you do not yet see. Your neighbor has a hidden intention about you, and heaven says it must be exposed now before they act. This is not a word to frighten you, but to prepare you, to shield you, and to make sure you know that God is still standing beside you and watching every single move being made in your surroundings. For too long you have thought the enemy was far, that the people against you were distant, but now Archangel Michael says clearly, your neighbor, the one who pretends to be harmless, is holding inside their heart a motive that is not for your good, but for your downfall. Do not be deceived by the casual greetings, the small talks, or the way they pretend to show kindness, because the divine eye sees what is not spoken, and the divine ear hears the thoughts that never pass through human lips. Michael says, my beloved, this is not to make you paranoid, this is to make you prepared. This neighbor has been observing you in ways you cannot imagine, taking note of your movements, your routines, even the very times you step in and out of your home. They are not doing this because they admire you, but because they have a hidden plan that will only be revealed when the time is too late, unless you heed this message now. God says, I do not allow my child to walk blindly when the trap is being set under their very feet. I do not allow my beloved to sleep while the enemy is awake. I awaken you through the cry of my archangel. Michael says, you must know this before it unfolds, because once their hand is stretched out against you, it will be too late to undo. This neighbor has been carrying jealousy in their heart, a jealousy that grew slowly, like a seed planted in darkness. At first, it seemed like nothing, but each time they saw you rise, each time they saw your light shine, each time they realized that God's hand was upon you, that jealousy turned into resentment, and now it has matured into an intention that is not pure. They want to interrupt your blessings. They want to delay what God has already written for you, and they are looking for a way to do it without you even realizing where the attack came from. Heaven says, if you ignore this message, you will see confusion suddenly arise, accidents suddenly appear, opportunities suddenly blocked, and you will wonder why. But God already warned you in advance, because He does not let His children walk unguarded. Michael says, hear me carefully. This neighbor is two-faced. When you see them in front of you, they smile, but when you turn away, their eyes burn with something else. They have spoken words about you in secret, words you have never heard with your ears, but words that reached heaven because heaven records every whisper, every curse, every false plan. They have shared your name with people you do not even know. They have mentioned you in places where your name should not have been, and they have twisted stories about you to test how others respond. This is not by accident. This is their intention. The hidden intention is not only to harm your peace, but to make you lose what God has promised you. They believe if they can disturb your life enough, they can cause you to miss what heaven has planned. But Michael says, they are wrong, because once you receive this warning and act with wisdom, their plan will collapse before their eyes. Child of God, you must not ignore this. Michael has been pressing and pressing for this message to reach you, because he saw in the spiritual realm how they sat and planned something with their own hands, something that looks small now, but would become great trouble if not stopped. They want to make you look guilty for something you never did. They want to push your name into a corner. They want to put you in a place where others see you with suspicion. But God says, before they act, I expose. Before they finish, I interrupt. Before they succeed, I scatter their thoughts. God says, I am sending this message as a shield. If you take it, you will be covered. If you ignore it, the very words they whispered will try to manifest in your life. Michael says, do not delay, do not skip, do not close this page and pretend you did not hear, because heaven will ask you, why did you ignore the voice that came to protect you? And you will not have an answer. This is your protection, your safety, your preparation. You are not alone. Michael says, listen carefully to the signs. Your neighbor has been restless lately. You will notice sudden changes in their mood, sudden coldness or sudden fake kindness, because their spirit is unsettled when you pass by. That is the sign of hidden intention. God is allowing you to discern it, not to accuse them blindly, but to walk with wisdom. Protect your words, protect your steps, protect your secrets. Do not share what you are about to do, do not reveal your plans, do not let them see the details of your life, because the less they know, the less they can use. They want to know, they want to dig, they want to overhear, because they need information to act. But Michael says, cut off their access, guard your gates, close the door to their probing. Once you do this, they will be confused, they will not know how to move, their plan will fail, and they will turn their attention away. God says, I am exposing them for you. And this is not just about one neighbor, but the spiritual message is this: the ones closest to you in physical distance sometimes carry the most dangerous intentions in hidden silence. That is why I, the Lord, send my archangel to say it clearly, do not ignore. Open this before they act. You are being protected even as you read this. Heaven has already moved. Michael stands at your gate with his sword drawn. He is standing there right now, guarding against the unseen, because your destiny is too important, your life is too valuable, your purpose too heavy for it to be destroyed by a neighbor's hidden plot. Child, do you feel the urgency? Do you feel the pressing in your spirit? That is heaven confirming this word. Michael has already seen what you cannot see. He saw the papers they handled, he saw the whispers in the dark, he saw the envious glance they gave when you were not looking. And he said, enough is enough, I must warn my beloved before this multiplies. That is why he pressed this message to you, and that is why God allowed you to see these words at this exact time. Not a second late, not a moment too soon, but exactly when you needed to know. If you'd like to donate or show your appreciation, you can give a super thanks up to $100. God says, I am your shield, I am your refuge, I am your strong tower. Do not be afraid, but do not be blind. Do not live in fear, but do not live in ignorance. The warning is your safety, and the revelation is your weapon. Once you know, they cannot win, because light always overcomes darkness. Once exposed, their power shrinks, and once you prepare, their intention collapses. God says, "My child, rest in me, because I will not allow their plan to succeed." Michael says, "But you must stay awake, stay aware, stay prayerful. Guard your door, guard your heart, guard your future." God says, "Trust me, because you are about to see proof with your own eyes." Soon something will happen that reveals their heart, a slip of the tongue, a strange action, an unexpected mistake, and when you see it, you will remember this message and you will know heaven spoke first. You will see their mask fall, and in that moment you will thank God that He warned you before they acted. That moment is coming, it is near, and you must be ready. And so, Michael says, do not delay, do not doubt, do not dismiss this. This message is your shield, your sword, your escape. Your neighbor has a hidden intention about you, but God has already exposed it before they could act. And that, beloved, is the miracle of divine protection. God says, Archangel Michael says, don't skip this, I contact you with this message for you, don't ignore this. Your neighbor has a hidden intention about you, and heaven is ordering you to open this before they act. My child, this is not a simple thought, not a casual sign, not something that can be dismissed as coincidence. This is a divine revelation brought to you at the exact moment when you were meant to hear it, because time is running shorter than you imagine. The skies above are speaking, the angels have whispered with trembling voices, and Archangel Michael himself has lowered his sword to show you the truth you must not look away from. You are surrounded by people, but not every smile is pure, not every greeting is honest, and not every neighborly word is rooted in kindness. One stands in the shadows, closer than you thought, holding an intention that could shift the entire course of your life. Heaven cannot stay silent any longer. The voice you hear now is an alarm bell from eternity, shaking you awake before the unseen plan against you unfolds. My beloved, I see your heart trembling as you read these words. I see the questions forming in your spirit, and I tell you, trust this message, because Michael has cried out for your safety. He has shielded you in battles unseen, he has fought storms you didn't even know were rising, and tonight he has laid his wings before the throne and declared, I must warn them now, or it will be too late. The urgency you feel is real, the shaking inside of you is the Spirit of God stirring, and the hidden hand of your neighbor is already moving. They smile in your face, but they hold back what they are truly carrying inside. They appear harmless, but in secret they have been planting thoughts, watching you, waiting for an opening. And yet God says, you are not unprotected, you are not uncovered, you are not abandoned. You have been chosen to see the hidden before it is revealed, to hear the truth before the lie can trap you, to rise above before the enemy can drag you down. Archangel Michael says don't ignore this, because this is more than suspicion, it is revelation. He saw what was placed in their heart, he saw the whisper that guided them, he saw the secret that they thought no one would ever know. And heaven is exposing it before you now. This neighbor has studied you, studied your habits, studied your routines, and in their heart they planned how to use that against you. God is showing you because the hour is urgent, The veil is lifting, the truth is burning through the shadows. You will no longer be blind to the spirit that moves behind them. My child, listen carefully, for this is not only about the neighbor you think you know. This is about the battle between light and darkness. The forces of darkness love to hide inside those who smile the sweetest. They disguise themselves in familiar voices, in casual gestures, in the people you least expect. They wait for the moment when you are weary, when you are distracted, when you trust too much, and that is when they strike. But God says, this time, the plan will fail. This time, the secret is revealed. This time, you are being given a chance to see the truth before the action is taken against you. Michael says, don't delay, don't doubt, don't dismiss this as your imagination. He has seen you ignore the signs before, and he wept. He wept because he was shouting in the wind, and you thought it was nothing. He cried because you felt uneasy, but you brushed it away. This time, he has pressed his sword into the earth to stop you in your tracks. You cannot escape the weight of this moment, for the heavens themselves are calling your name. The hidden intention is alive and moving, but so is your protection. Do you feel that stirring in your chest? That is the Spirit of God warning you. Do you sense that heaviness in your thoughts when you think of this neighbor? That is the angel tugging at your awareness. Do you remember the strange dreams, the sudden chills, the moments when you felt watched? That was not coincidence. That was not imagination. That was the truth scratching at the door of your mind, waiting for you to open your eyes. But here is the greater truth. No matter what they plan, no matter what they intend, no matter what they hide, they cannot overcome the light of God within you. You are chosen, and chosen ones cannot be destroyed. You are protected, and those covered by Michael's wings cannot be overtaken. You are destined, and destiny cannot be stolen. Still, you must not stay silent. You must not stay unaware. You must not go on as if nothing is happening. This message was sent to you because action is required, not action in fear, but action in faith. God is telling you to watch carefully, to pray without ceasing, to trust the unease in your spirit, to lean not on appearances but on discernment. He is telling you to prepare yourself, because when the hidden is exposed, the shock will shake you, but you will not fall if you are ready. Beloved, Michael has revealed a vision to me, and I share it now. I saw your neighbor smiling, holding something behind their back. They pretended it was nothing, but in reality, it was the very thing that could wound you. I saw you standing unaware, but then a bright light from heaven fell upon the hidden object, and you saw it clearly before they could act. That light was this message. That exposure is this moment. God is pulling the veil back, showing you the truth, so that when they act, you are already ahead of them. And Michael says, if you ignore this, if you brush this aside, if you tell yourself it's nothing, then you open the door for the enemy. But if you act in faith, if you open your eyes, if you stay alert, if you keep your heart in prayer, then no weapon formed against you will prosper. Their hidden plan will fall apart before their eyes. They will stumble on the very trap they set for you. They will be exposed before they can ever touch you. This is not just a warning, it is a promise. God says, I will not allow them to succeed. I will not allow you to be destroyed. I will not allow your light to be dimmed by the darkness around you. But I must show you what is hidden, so that you understand the gravity of what is unfolding. My child, I know you feel tired. I know you sometimes wonder why you are always the one being targeted, why the battles never seem to end, why you must always carry this weight of being chosen. But hear me, the attacks come because you are chosen. The jealousy rises because you are favored. The hidden intentions stir because your destiny is too great to go unnoticed. You are not ordinary, and so the attacks against you are not ordinary either. But neither is your protection ordinary. Neither is your covering fragile. Neither is your destiny at risk. You are wrapped in angel wings, and you are sealed with the mark of God. Still, the message repeats, your neighbor has a hidden intention about you, and you must open this before they act. Heaven has given you time. Heaven has given you sight. Heaven has placed this word before you like a key. Open it. Use it. Believe it. Stand in it. For the moment is urgent, and Archangel Michael's voice is trembling with the weight of this warning. And God says, my child, I am with you. I will not let you walk blind. I will not let you be surprised. I will not let the shadows claim you. I am shining my light on the hidden. I am revealing what was covered. I am protecting what belongs to me. Do not fear what your neighbor plans, for I am already ahead of them. Do not tremble at what they hide, for I see it clearly. Do not be shaken by their smile, for I know the truth behind it. You are safe in me, but you must not close your ears to this message. Michael stands guard at your door. His sword is drawn. His eyes are fixed. He will not leave until the danger passes. Trust him. Listen to him. Obey the urgency in this word. For your life is precious, your destiny is priceless, and heaven has spoken. God says, Archangel Michael says, don't skip this, I contact you with this message for you, don't ignore this. Your neighbor has a hidden intention about you, and I am commanded by heaven to reveal what has been whispered in silence, what has been covered in shadows, and what is rising in secret against you. My beloved, your life is under divine watch. You think your days are ordinary, but every moment has been recorded in the scroll of eternity, and now, because of what was hidden near you, I must speak urgently, with no delay, because ignoring this would place you in danger. I see Archangel Michael standing near you with his sword, restless, his eyes fierce, his voice trembling with urgency. He says, child, I am not speaking out of fear, but out of truth. The neighbor you thought harmless, the one you overlooked, the one you trusted too quickly or dismissed too easily, carries within them a hidden plan that concerns you directly. This is not a coincidence. This is not a false alarm. This is real, and if you close your ears now, you will regret that you missed the greatest revelation God wanted you to hear before it was too late. My child, listen carefully. Heaven reveals things not to frighten you, but to prepare you. Michael whispers that your neighbor has spoken words behind walls that you cannot hear, but hears everything. When you slept, they spoke your name. When you were distracted, they watched your movements. When you thought life was safe and simple, they calculated what they could do. Their intention is not innocent. Their intention is not light. Their intention carries weight, and because God loves you, this message must be delivered at once. Even now, Michael is restless. He is pacing. His wings tremble. He says, "Don't let them skip this. Don't let them treat this as just another message. This is the one they must read, the one they must open, the one they must understand. You must know that the enemy does not always come as a stranger. Sometimes the enemy lives beside you, greets you with a smile, pretends kindness, but harbors thoughts of jealousy, envy, or hidden obsession. Heaven has exposed that your neighbor carries one of these hidden shadows. This is why you have sometimes felt uneasy without reason. This is why you have felt a sudden heaviness in your chest when passing their door. This is why dreams have tried to warn you, showing you faces or places that didn't make sense until now. Michael is saying, the dreams were not accidents. The feelings were not accidents. The sudden hesitations were not accidents. All of it was a whisper of warning. God is merciful, and so you are given revelation before exposure, warning before destruction, insight before danger. Your neighbor has a plan connected to you, and though you may not yet see the full shape of it, heaven sees every detail. They are wrestling with themselves, torn between acting and holding back. They think no one knows, but heaven knows. They think no one sees, but Michael sees. They think no one will ever reveal it, but God Himself commanded me to reveal it now. You must not ignore this. God says, "My beloved child, I send you this message not by chance, not by coincidence, but because the heavens have been stirred and the angels are whispering your name. There is something you need to know, and Archangel Michael himself has moved with urgency, stretching his wings over your home because there is something close to you, closer than you expect, that carries a hidden intention. Your neighbor, the one who passes by with a smile, the one who nods politely, carries more in their heart than what their lips reveal. Do not mistake their silence for purity, nor their politeness for truth, because God reveals what eyes cannot see and hearts cannot discern. God says, "My child, I am exposing this to you because I love you, because I cannot allow you to be taken by surprise, and because I want to strengthen your spirit before their hidden thought becomes an action." Archangel Michael cries out and says, "Do not skip this message. Do not brush this aside. This is not a small warning. This is not a casual whisper. This is heaven's urgent trumpet sounding directly into your spirit. The one you call neighbor is not always who they appear to be. Their thoughts have turned toward you in ways they have not spoken. Their heart has considered things against you. Their mind has played with intentions not born from love, but from envy, fear, or a desire that is not righteous. And heaven will not allow you to walk blind while this shadow grows. Child of God, hear this carefully. Nothing will happen to you as long as you trust God, as long as you lean on Him, as long as you cover yourself with prayer and faith. The enemy loves to disguise himself in closeness. Sometimes danger does not arrive from faraway lands, but it sits across the wall, across the street, smiling as if everything is normal. That is why God says, "I will uncover what is hidden." I will show you what is in the darkness, and I will not let your soul be deceived. You must listen, because I speak to save, not to frighten. I speak to strengthen, not to weaken. I speak to deliver, not to condemn. Your neighbor's hidden intention may come from envy, envy of your light, envy of your resilience, envy of the blessings you carry even in seasons when you feel empty. They see what you carry, and they do not understand why you continue to rise after storms, why your head remains lifted even when troubles surround you. They wonder why doors that close for others suddenly open for you. They wonder why protection seems to hover around you even when you walk through the valley of shadows. What they don't realize is that it is God Himself who has set His seal upon you. It is God who has placed angels around your home, around your bed, around your family, and they cannot penetrate what heaven has secured. God says, I am not showing you this to make you suspicious, but to make you wise. I am not exposing this to cause you fear, but to make you alert. For your safety is guaranteed in me, but wisdom is your portion as you walk on this earth. Do not ignore the prompting of my Spirit. When you feel uneasy, it is not paranoia, it is the Spirit alerting you. When you sense something is off, trust that whisper, for I speak not only through thunder and vision, but through the small warnings that stir in your heart. Michael leans close and says, the intention has not yet turned into full action, but if left unchecked, it will. That is why heaven moved early. That is why this message comes to you now. So you will pray, so you will bind, so you will declare safety over yourself, so you will walk wisely, so you will not be caught off guard. Beloved, think of this, the greatest shield you can hold is prayer. When you rise each morning, cover yourself, your home, your door, and even your neighbor in prayer. Because sometimes what is hidden in the heart of another can be dissolved by the light of God flowing through you. Sometimes a spirit of envy or ill thought can be broken not by confrontation, but by your secret prayers in the quiet of your room. Pray for their heart, because God can turn what was against you into something that favors you. God can silence what was plotting and turn it into repentance. But God also says, be watchful. Do not be naive. I want you to walk with love, but also with wisdom. I want you to greet with kindness, but also carry discernment. I want you to live with openness, but also be guarded in the Spirit. Because love does not mean blindness, and kindness does not mean carelessness. You are my child, and I give you eyes sharper than eagles. I give you discernment sharper than the sword, and Michael himself stands at your side. Child, do not panic. Do not fear. Fear is not from God. Fear is the weapon of the enemy. Instead, receive peace from heaven. Michael stands like fire at your doorway. Gabriel sings your name before the throne. Your prayers have risen like incense before God, and nothing formed against you will prosper. The hidden intention of your neighbor may try to rise, but it will fail before it begins, because God has already stepped in. But you must do your part. Stay alert, keep praying, trust the warnings, and do not dismiss what heaven shows you. Imagine this. Your neighbor sits, thinking thoughts, forming ideas about you. Perhaps they want what you have. Perhaps they have spoken words about you behind closed doors. Perhaps they consider ways to take advantage of your kindness. But in the unseen realm, their words are being caught by angels, their actions are being monitored by heaven. And God says, even their whispers I hear, even their secret intentions I see, even before they act one expose. That is why you are reading this right now, not tomorrow, not next week, but now. Because God knew the timing, God knew the hour, God knew you needed to be prepared before anything more unfolds. Michael urges you, do not skip this message. This is your covering, this is your preparation, this is your shield. If you ignore it, you will walk blind, but if you embrace it, you will walk in strength. So, beloved, cover your house tonight. Speak blessings over your life. Declare, I am protected. I am shielded. No hidden intention will harm me. No plan against me will succeed. I am God's chosen, and heaven fights for me. Say it aloud until the atmosphere shifts, because words carry power. The same way your neighbor's hidden words hold weight in the spirit, your declarations hold greater weight because they are aligned with God's authority. And now, hear God's voice clearly, I am with you. Nothing will go wrong. You are safe in my hands. Though they plot, I will scatter. Though they think, I will overturn. Though they envy, I will exalt you higher. Trust me. Trust my warnings. Trust my angels. Trust that I see all things. You are my child, and I will not let you fall. Stay in prayer. Stay in peace. Stay in faith. The hidden intention has been revealed, and because you know, you are already victorious, my child. Hear the words that are being spoken into your spirit right now, for they are not ordinary words, but a divine message carried with urgency, sealed with heavenly authority, and sent to you because the Lord is in your heart. Because the Lord has seen the thoughts and intentions that surround your life. God says, you have been watched, you have been observed, and even when you did not notice, eyes have rested upon you with motives that were not pure. God says, this is why I have called upon Archangel Michael to intervene, to whisper into your ear and to stir your heart at this very moment. He tells you not to ignore this, not to push this aside as if it is nothing, because your neighbor has a hidden intention concerning you, and heaven is revealing it before they act. This message comes not to frighten you but to awaken you, to assure you that you are protected, to remind you that the Lord has already gone before you to prepare a shield around your life. God says, do not fear. Even though there are those who carry thoughts in their hearts that are not for your good, you will not be harmed. Your neighbor's heart is restless, their spirit has been shaken, and they have looked at you with envy, with curiosity, with a desire to take what does not belong to them. They may smile outwardly, they may greet you as though they care, but the hidden chamber of their heart is filled with something darker. Yet God, who sees all things, who listens even to the silent whispers no one else hears, has chosen this very day to expose what is hidden. God says, I love you too much to allow you to walk blindly, and I love you too much to leave you unaware. Archangel Michael speaks now with a thunderous voice from the heavens. Child of God, do not delay in hearing this message. The reason this reaches you now is because time was drawing near when actions would follow hidden thoughts. But heaven has intercepted this. God says, you have been crying for clarity, You have been asking why certain things feel heavy around you, why your spirit senses something uneasy in the atmosphere. This is because you are picking up the unrest in the heart of your neighbor. But I, the Lord, send this message so you will not fall into doubt. You are not imagining it, you are not making it up, your spirit was discerning a real danger. God says, rest assured, I have placed my angels on every corner of your dwelling. I have instructed Michael to stand with his sword drawn, guarding every step you take. No plan formed in secret can prosper against you, no hidden agenda can destroy the destiny I have planted in you. Yet, you must be awake, you must not dismiss the warnings that come from heaven. Your prayer is your key, your trust is your shield, and your obedience will be your preservation. God says, your neighbor's intention may look small on the outside, but the hidden weight of it could have caused destruction if it was allowed to grow unchecked. They may seek to interfere with your peace, they may be plotting to turn others against you, or even desiring to claim something that is rightfully yours. But listen, child, I have already stepped in. I have already exposed their thoughts to you so you may stay one step ahead in the